Yo, what's going on? My name is Miguel, and in this video, I'm going to be teaching you exactly how I'm going about teaching myself Spanish. Hopefully you can take these exact things that I'm doing and apply some of them or all of them, or maybe just take one little piece, out of this video so that it can help you on your journey. But at the end of the day, it does come down to just pure consistency. The person who practices 2 days in a row, weeks in a row, months in a row is going to learn way better than the person who is going to not practice that much. I'm not speaking from experience. This is just what I've been told by every single person that I've found online who knows what they're talking about. And how do I know that they know what they're talking about? Because they were once monolingual and now they are bilingual, and this has been the general theme. So with that being said, and with that being how it is that I've been approaching it with that mindset in mind, so to speak. So what am I doing with that in mind? Here's how I basically structure my days, structure my week, so that I can teach myself Spanish. And in my personal opinion, me siente como estoy aprendiendo mucho rápido. In my personal opinion, I feel like I am learning Spanish pretty fast. And I credit it to a lot of the stuff that I did, but I have to preface this real quick by just letting you know that, as you can tell just from me introducing myself, my name is Miguel. I am part Mexican. I did grow up around the language, and I do feel like that helped me get to the point that I'm at as far as being able to make such fast progress. Like, if you grow up around the language, something probably stayed inside of my brain, subconsciously, right? Just for me to be able to make fast progress. On top of that, I took Spanish in high school, and I took a random trip to Colombia, and I did start taking some lessons for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, but I never really just went completely for it until now. Now I am currently on day 75, I believe. 75 as of today on Duolingo, by the way. 75 days. It's not focusing, but you see it right there, right? 75. With that being said, you see how long I've been studying, and you see I've been going at it for 75 days straight. So let me tell you how my studying schedule has morphed and what I have been doing for the past 75 days. So here's essentially how my day goes, and you can try and mimic this as much as you want. I start the day off doing a single lesson in Duolingo. I'm very big on momentum, and I'm very big on starting the day right. I mean, look at the sign that's up there. Like obviously I'm very big on getting stuff done. So the second I roll out of bed, I'm going to do at least one lesson just to keep the Duolingo streak going. And the reason I do that is for the momentum, just to be like, at the very least I did a little bit. A lot of people try and tackle their goals in giant chunks like this. I am more of a person who goes after the little things that I can do, because I feel like that leads on to the bigger thing. So I start off doing at least one lesson. If I have the energy to do more, I will, but normally I won't. So after I do that, I go through my morning routine, which is basically just getting a cup of coffee and brushing my teeth, getting a cup of coffee, and that's about it. And then while I sit down and have my coffee, I go through an Anki deck. If I can find it, I'll put the link in the description. But it's an Anki deck with the 1,000 most common Spanish words, and I just go through this deck. It's a spaced repetition system. So basically, the way it works is it will show me. Well, at the start, it'll show you 100 words, and it'll be like, all right, go ahead. Or actually, I don't remember. It might just be 30 words. But a certain amount of words, and then you have to go through those flashcards, and you have to get them right a certain amount of time. And the ones that you get right much easily, they'll wait a little bit longer before they show you that word again. And then essentially the concept is that the more space that is between the time, like the further out it can get, the more and then you're able to recall that information, the deeper it sinks into your brain. Hopefully that made sense. It's something that I've found in a lot of different videos, and a lot of people have said that it's useful. It's obviously not the best for learning grammar or anything like that. Like, you're just memorizing words. But at the very least, when you're doing all the other things that I'm going to mention, like using Duolingo and all the other stuff that I'm going to mention, as those words come up, it'll give you much more context into what is being spoken about. And I found that happen often, especially when I'm watching something. I'll hear a word come up and like, oh, I remember that word. That was one of my flashcards words. So that's pretty useful. All right. Now, I do that first thing in the day. So I've already done Duolingo and I've gone through my Anki deck. At this point, I consider the day already won. I've done one lesson on Duolingo and I've done my Anki deck, but normally I'm going to do more. So if I wake up early enough, what I'm going to do is I've been going on an app called Link. Now, this is a paid one because if you want to have enough words to be able to check out the meaning of, you got to do the paid version. Forget how much it costs. I don't have an affiliate link with them or anything. I've been using their product and I think it's useful because he's able to basically a bunch of stories with explanations for all the words. And you can even look up the explanation for a complete sentence. And then there's questions and answers. There's also lessons. I haven't gone through any of the lessons, but I've mainly just been using it for the story. So that's normally what I'll do. If I have more time in the morning, I'm going to do one story. And that's because I want that comprehensible input where basically it's supposed to be the best way. And this is the concept that my entire learning experience is based around. Comprehensible input. I am listening to stories where there's only a few words here and there that I don't actually understand and I need to look up. And that is supposed to be the best way in order for me to learn. And I feel like already at 2 months, I understand a lot. Entiendo mucho español. My speech is it's slow. I mess up a lot. I have to still think about a lot of the words. You got to keep in mind, I'm only at 2 months. 75 days specifically, 2 months and a half. So there's no reason why I should be able to speak very well, or even understand very well. But I feel like the progress I've made is pretty good so far, and I feel like I should be progressing much faster as time goes on. So comprehensible input. I'm reading all these books, I'm reading all these stories, I'm understanding the majority of it. I'm not even really focused on speaking. I'm just focused on being able to understand the language, and I feel like that is the thing that is progressing the fastest because I'm trying to get so much input. So next, usually that's where I'll cut it off. If I've done a story, I'm cutting it off right there because obviously I have stuff to do. Maybe you can only do one of those things, maybe two, maybe you can do all three, but try to incorporate something in the beginning of your day just so, boom, you can say, all right, I've studied Spanish for the day, I've gotten 1% better, things are good. Now, the way I approach the rest of my day is I basically just try and get random lessons on Duolingo done just whenever I have small breaks. So if I'm getting in the car to go to the gym, I'm going to open up Duolingo and I'm going to try and do one lesson. If I want a small break from work, I'll do one lesson. If I'm cooking and I need like 2 or 3 minutes before I have to flip something, or if I have something in the oven, I'm going to do one lesson real quick. It's basically just finding all these random little pockets of time where I have like 2 or 3 minutes and just doing a lesson real quick. And bringing all of my stuff up to like almost completed. Because whenever you complete a ring on Duolingo, it gives you 15 minutes of bonus XP. I don't know, something about like I'm basically just like trying to go after the dopamine part. Like their gamification system is built in a way in order to do certain things in my brain to make it feel like basically to just chase dopamine. That's all our brain ever wants. It wants to chase dopamine. And I feel kind of cool whenever I get 15 XP and whenever I'm going up a little bit on the leaderboard. It's beneficial in this way. So I use that to my advantage by bringing as many lessons close to the end. So if there's 5 lessons in a ring, I'm going to do 4. And then I'm just going to let it sit and I'm going to move on to the next one. And then by doing that, I wait until I have much more time in the day. And then when I do have like 10, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, obviously, right? Because it's 15 minutes of bonus XP. I will close one of the rings, get that bonus XP, and then I will start doing new lessons. So I only do new lessons when I have that double XP. And the rest of the time, I'm just reviewing old stuff to try and sink the lessons in deeper. Because even though I know them and I can read them, I can't sit here and no puedo hablar contigo en español por todo este video. Es muy duro, muy duro. But like I have some words inside of my brain. Tengo unas palabras en mi mente, en mi cerebro. Like, but as far as holding a complete conversation, I'm not quite there yet. And I believe it's mainly because of my lack of vocabulary and my lack of listening ability. Someone needs to talk pretty slow to me in order for me to be able to keep up with the entire conversation. And the only thing I can do is practice. So with that being said, all throughout the day, I am listening to Spanish, and it's not even music. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm watching TV shows. There's a great YouTuber I like to watch whose name is Luisito. Cool YouTuber. I'm listening to Dream in Spanish. I'm listening to How to Spanish podcast. I'm getting all of this input. I can't understand the majority of it. I'm not even gonna front with you and pretend like I'm just sitting here totally following what's going on. I can get the gist of it based on context clues and what's being pointed at and certain things like that. But there's large percentages of time where I'm like, I'm not really following that. And the only reason I'm not really following it is because I still just need that listening practice and I need more vocabulary. And I'm doing those things around the time. You see, that's why I start the day off learning more words on Anki and Duolingo and just getting that easy practice in. And then spending the vast majority of my day, whether it be in the car or something else, just listening to Spanish and seeing if I can catch a phrase here and there, seeing if I can catch a word here and there. I feel like my brain is going to hold on to that. That's what I've been hearing from a lot of the people who I'm going online and researching and seeing what they're doing. This is what it seems like people are doing. So that's what I normally do throughout the main duration of the day, right? And then to end the day off, I normally end it off going hard on Duolingo again for maybe like 30 minutes. And I'll do that by doing a 15-minute boost. So by going on Duolingo early, you get a 15-minute boost at 6 p.m. So I'll normally do that later at night. Get a bunch of older ones to 4, like basically leaving one more lesson to do so that I can set up a bunch of more 15-minute XPs. And then I close another one. And then I do a bunch of new lessons. And then I review a bunch of older ones. I may read another story or two. I give myself about 30 to 45 minutes at night where I'm just practicing this language. And creo que es el razón porque estoy aprendiendo tan rápido. I give myself a lot of time. Like this is actually the first time I've actually completely spoken out everything it is that I'm doing in order to learn. And that's got to be the reason why I am learning as fast as I am. It's because I'm really am doing a lot. And I don't think everyone has the time to necessarily do that much, but all the other stuff, like the 3 biggest things is just starting the day, learning, like doing at least one lesson, spending majority of your day listening to Spanish, getting that input, and then ending your day doing one little lesson. That would just, like, if you just did that, that's literally only like 5 to 10 minutes of like sitting down and like dedicated practice, and the rest of the time it's just totally passive. I don't think you'll learn this quite as fast doing it like that, but it's better than nothing. And it's certainly better than just randomly dipping your toe into the language and then going off and doing something else, because obviously you can't make progress like that. So that is how I am studying Spanish I will make updates as I go along. I'll probably make an update at 6 months, and I'll probably make an update again at 9 or 10 months. I feel like creo que voy a aprender español y ser fluente en 9 meses. I could be wrong, I could be right, but if I can make that full sentence at 2 months, like it may take me forever to come up with all the words, but if I can formulate that whole sentence in just 2 months, I feel like I'm gonna be like super far ahead by 9. So we'll see. I'll definitely make a video when that day comes, but I hope this is helpful. I hope you somehow take something out of what it is that I've said on this video. And if you liked it, definitely like the video. Comment below if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.